What's up? I'm Kenyon Reed and I'm here with Bethel Music and we're at the Oregon State Fair to play some music. And just wanted to talk for a moment about the Daily Driver that I just got on my board. I actually ran into Roman at NAMM and we just kind of briefly got to talking about the Daily Driver, Mid-Driver, Ratatouille. And the one that I connected the most with was the Daily Driver. I use the Benson preamp a lot. It's something I can cut lows with, boost highs, it cuts, it's got a lot of mid-range. I needed something different though from that, and the Daily Driver did that. It has a more usable low end. It's bigger, you can cut more of it, you can add more of it. It's kind of like a low end, somewhere around, I want to say like a 40 or 50 hertz, it's like a body kind of low end, whereas something like the Benson preamp is more mushy, kind of like 80 to 100 hertz or something like that. And they both have their strengths, but the Daily Driver as a second gain stage for me was perfect. And I'll be using it a bunch today, probably almost exclusively. It just lightly compresses my tone. It kind of rounds things out. It's not too bright and it's not too dark. It punches, it cuts, it kind of is just the perfect, it's like second gain stage for me. And then whenever you boost it, it just makes the amps scream like crazy, and that's perfect. So it made a perfect second addition for gain stage 2. I had the kilt here originally, and it just, as you can see, perfectly was able to land right in between those two pedals in a nice little snug fit there. So yeah. The top end also was a big highlight to me because there was the 3 different, toggles. And if ever on certain amps it feels too bright on the center switch, which is kind of like the most open top end, I can just switch it down for like a subtle cut, and then I can even boost it up more, and it just changes the reaction of boosting the top end whenever you cut it through the toggle switch. And then the darkest setting here just kind of gives you a little bit more sort of dark flexibility with how you're shaping the top end. But overall, that's been kind of working for me like that, and it is an absolutely huge drive, and so far on random backline amps, it is kind of the only drive I'm using right now. So that tells me it works in the toughest situations when you don't know what you have. So it has been really good. The Veritas Portlander is kind of my primary go-to, the workhorse of mine. It's just a custom that I got from them about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, and it's amazing. Flying with it and then opening up the case and strumming it, and it's perfectly in tune after flying. So that's a testament to Casey's craftsmanship. And then I've got my Fender Jazzmaster as a little backup today. Nice and tangled up. Also an amazing workhorse, super punchy guitar. I love it. It's actually tuned down to E flat right now. So fun and creative, but hopefully I don't break a string, because then that'd be a little awkward to try to transpose everything on the fly. And then lastly, I've got my little Frankenstein baritone guitar here. So let me hook this back for a second. So this was just actually Fender's Player Edition Telecaster with humbuckers, and they sold these little subsonic baritone necks, so I threw that on there and threw on some 13s, some baritone strings, and it can split to single coil. And I've just got some Lindy Fralin Pure PAFs, and man, this thing is a monster baritone. So I've got the flexibility to go up high, huge fat notes on humbucker, or if I want to get the crisp chop, I can go to single coil for chords and stuff like that. So that's today's guitars. Yeah, so the amps today are, let's see here. We just got a Vox AC30. I don't know if it's 6 dB, but it might be. It's got some Celestion Alnico Blues in there, so it's kind of just giving me that fun, brighter vibe. And then we've just got a classic Fender Twin. I think it's one of the newer reissues, which I actually love because they have the newer Jensen speakers in there, and those things are just massive. They have a huge EQ response. They're extremely punchy, and the breakup is really nice and kind of gritty and sizzles in the top end. So not a bummer for backline amps. And we may have brought them, but this is traditionally what we're going to be running is a Shure 545. It's just 57s are nice, but these just kind of feel a little more engineered right out of the box. It kind of cleans up the mids a little bit, and it's just a little bit more of an open and airy top end. So that's what we use for all mics, all amps, pretty much all situations, just one mic. So thanks for watching. Make sure you check out Shnobel Tone Daily Driver. I've been seeing some new epic things about the buffer. Haven't used it, but saw some videos. That looks really cool. One of my buddies is gonna grab it. And also the mid driver. That one is notable too. It's actually the closest to my Benson preamp and might have to make it on my board instead. So check out Shnobel Tone.